Hi, I'm Cheyenne, and this is my second video. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about your first job. Now, some of you it might be like a babysitting job, or just like at recycling bottles, let's say. And what you need to do for your first job is make sure you're up for it. So you have to put in commitment to it. Some days you may just feel like laying on the couch. Oops. Sorry. Some days you may just feel like laying on the couch doing nothing. But that's not very good sportsmanship, let's say. Sometimes, one second. Okay, so sometimes, you have to make sure you're willing to take your time to actually do the job. In the end, it'll pay off, right? So right now, I babysit people. So I may not always want to, but that's how I get my money, right? So this year, I'm trying to get a better job than just babysitting. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna find something, that's for sure. And I'm gonna babysit also. That way I have two jobs. And at the last minute of your job, let's say on Wednesday, I'm supposed to go over and recycle bottles. But then I cancel at the very last minute and say, oh, I'm sorry, but I can't come. It's not a very good idea to do that, because then you just leave them hanging. And it's not like they can find a person to take your place in 5 minutes, right? So you gotta make sure you're up to that. And you always want to make sure you're on time. Let's say I'm babysitting. Those are going to be my two examples. So let's say I'm babysitting. And I'm supposed to be there at 5:30. You don't want to get there at 5:40. Because what if they need to leave at exactly 5:30? You want to make sure you're either there like on time or like 5 minutes early. It's better to get there like 5 minutes early so they have time to prepare and like to get out the door, right? And to tell you have to do this and this and this. But yeah, so those are the few things. And you have to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing when you're doing it. So you want to ask a lot of questions. Make sure that they know that you're going to be a good person for that job. So if they say they have to be at bed before dark, in the babysitting example, by the way, I would say, so that would be around, let's say, 5:30. And they'd say, more like 6. So that way you know exactly what time. And you have to make sure you get all the examples for everything. Let's say I was sorting bottles. They're going to say, cans go there, water bottles go there. And usually that's for a good reason why they chose to put them there. So you don't want to switch it up, because then you'll mess up, right? 1 second. Never mind. And so, yeah, you want to make sure you have every detail you need, and even extra little details. So, again, in babysitting, so let's say, oh, they'll eat as much as they want. Well, then you say, well, do I need to make sure, if they eat as much as they want, do I need to make sure that they at least clear their plate? Like if they get seconds, you know? And they'll probably say no or yes. And if you want to clean the dishes after, don't ask them if you can do that. Just do it. Then they have extra time when they come home, and they'll probably hire you again, because then you did extra stuff that you didn't have to do, which is way better than just leaving the dishes and leaving a whole mess in the sink, right? And for bottles, if you're supposed to go collecting all the houses on like a street, don't just do half the street and leave it and say, oh, I have enough. It's always better to have more than less, right? So, yeah. And it's great just to, like, when they come home to say that this is what you did, and I made sure they got to bed on time, and oh, I cleaned the dishes for you, and I let the dog in. Just tell them what you did so that they know you didn't miss anything. And if you did miss something, they'll probably say, oh, you forgot to do this. And then you'll say, oh, I'm truly sorry. I'll make sure I do it next time. That way, it leaves them thinking that they're going to hire you next time. And they probably will, right? So, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Usually at the end, it's not all about the money, right? I mean, it's mostly about the money, but it's sometimes it's not all about the money. I mean, if you're babysitting kids, you gotta make sure you're good with kids, right? So I have these 2 little girls that I babysit just down the street, and they are so cute. They're just the best. And I don't go there just to get the money, right? I go there to actually like be with the kids. They are so cute. And their mom is so nice. I saw her yesterday, and she said, I was at my dad's up on the coast, which is like, my dad lives in White Rock, so I went there. So, she wanted me to babysit while I was gone, and I missed out a perfect opportunity, but sometimes you gotta make sacrifices, right? So, yeah, I couldn't babysit because I had to go to my dad's. And no offense, but which is more important, visiting my dad or babysitting? So, yeah. Plus, it's an hour-long flight to get to my dad's, so I'm not just going to skip out on a day to babysit when I'm supposed to go on a plane. But, yeah, it's commitment, right? So you got to make sure you're up for it. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Make sure you're ready for that job. Know about your job. And make sure you're good at that job. You don't want to go somewhere just to have a job and be like, oh, now I have a job, I can do it now. You want to make sure that you can do that job. Like, if you're babysitting, be good with kids. If you're doing bottles, be good with people and sorting, organizing. So, yeah, this has been my second video. Hope you like, and down below, rate, comment, put in new ideas, right? So, yeah, thanks. This has been my second video.